Hello everyone and welcome to this week's weekly wear, one that I was really excited to do up until I went and pulled up the product on Ulta's website and I saw that the reviews are not great, to put it lightly. I had wanted to try out this primer for multiple reasons, but the main one being, and I don't think I'm making this up, but Jessica from Jam Beauty 89, which yes, she is still Jam Beauty in my head. I feel like she really loves this one with the pink cap. Like I said, I don't think I'm making that up. But so I figured, you know, if that one's good, probably the mattifying version is good too, so I may as well give it a try, and I'm always down to try and find cheaper primers since the primers that I like are usually on the more expensive side. But yeah, like I said, I hopped online and apparently people hate this stuff. Like the old formula, there used to be an old formula and it used to be really, really good, and then they changed it and now it apparently is awful. So we're gonna find out. I'm nervous. But here you go. As I said, or I actually don't think I've said what this is before. This is the Revlon PhotoReady Prime Plus Mattifying Plus Pore Reducing Makeup Plus Skincare Plus, except minus, because like I said, those reviews though. You get an ounce of product and it's $13.99-ish depending on where you buy it from. The reviews basically came from people either giving this a 5-star or a 1-star. Like, it's very divided. Most of them being 1-stars, but then every now and then you would see a review that had a 5-star saying this is the most amazing primer ever. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed, and my toes. I'll do my toes for good measure, that hopefully I end up liking this. But yeah, they just say that this is gonna create a pristine canvas while improving the appearance of skin over time. There's salicylic acid in here, AHA, apple fruit, and it does not have parabens, artificial dyes, sulfates, and phthalates. Apparently, if you use this for 4 weeks, so a whole month, it reduces the appearance of pores and excess sebum. It's designed to blur the look of fine lines and pores, creating a soft focus effect, and it is best for oily skin and large pores, so both of which I have. Looks easy peasy to use. Clean and moisturize your skin, then use 1 to 2 pumps of this to start in the middle of your face and blend outward. Wear it alone or with makeup. So I think that's about the gist of it, my friends. Like I said, I was super excited to test this out, but now I'm a little trepidatious about it. I don't know. I like the packaging. I think it looks cute. Like, it's just a simple white bottle with a clear light blue cap on it. And then we're just gonna... Whew. So that took a minute. It probably took like 15 seconds, but literally, I don't think it smells like anything. I was about to say you can't say the same for my face, thinking that that would somehow allude to the fact that I have some pimples and stuff, but then I'm like, no, that's me saying that that's just me saying my face does or does not smell. Like, I don't... Okay, Cassie. I don't know. I've never smelt my face before. But yeah, as you can see, I've got some pimples, I've got some pores, I've got scabby bits, healing bits, we've got the whole shebang. My face has been washed and moisturized as always. I think I squirted out a little too much. But yeah, let's see. A lot of people said that in the reviews that this pilled really badly on them. So I'm gonna be... Oh, I should have done my face half primer, half no primer. It's too late, my friends. I will do that on a separate day. Today I'm just gonna try it on my whole face, but I promise. Future testing days. It's just been a while, I feel like, since I've tested out a primer. But I'm personally not seeing any pilling. It's slightly on the silicone side of things, but not hyper silicone feeling. It really does just seem to have like a nice mix between that and then that kind of sink-in feeling where it also gives your skin a bit of tack, so it feels like your makeup is gonna stay on there, but like I said, it's got a little bit of that silicone smooth. So I mean, my skin feels nice and soft. And honestly, I do kind of feel like my nose pores look a little bit blurred, so that's exciting. Do you guys see any pilling? I don't, so this pleases me. This makes me happy. Maybe there are just some bad batches of this stuff. I don't know, but I am gonna go ahead here and put on concealer, foundation, that sort of a thing. We'll speed through it so you guys can see, and then we can talk about how my makeup applied on top of this primer. Woo woo! Royalty-free music on standby! Go! my face looks great. Or my skin, I guess I should say. I mean, granted, I'm using a foundation combo that I really have been enjoying lately. It's a mix of these two guys here. I always have this information listed in the description down below, just so y'all know. And then with a little tiny dab of this mixed in. And I think, like I said, my skin looks really smooth, really nice. And I just felt like it was really easy to blend my foundation and whatnot out on my skin. I think my nose pores look pretty good. They might look a little bit like the foundation sunk in or something on one side, but honestly it's nothing too noticeable or terrible. So yeah, I'm pretty freaking pleased right now, my friends. Pleasantly surprised, just as I've said, based on the reviews that I saw that had me a bit scared. So I'm excited to keep on wearing this, testing it out, seeing how it does, and I am excited to share those results with you guys. I'll see you at the end of the night. We'll keep on testing this for a couple more days on top of that. And yeah, as I said, I'm excited to see all the results. Hopefully you are too. And you all don't have to wait as long as I do. You all have to wait just a second. Ready? Ding! Oh, my friends. Did I find the be-all end-all? Did I find a new favorite? One that beats my Guerlain, that has been my favorite for years. Try and tell me my foundation doesn't look flawless. I'm gonna take that statement back a little bit because there is one little spot where there's a little hiccup, but that was there when I first applied the foundation. But try and tell me my foundation doesn't look almost flawless here at the end of the night. What, 9 hours later? I've had to wear a mask today, been out in the world today, been sweaty today. My zits are still covered, my blemishes are still covered. My foundation literally looks like it's flawless. My blush, my highlight, everything is still there right where I put it, and it looks not completely matte, but I barely look even slightly dewy, right? Only the littlest bit, and I have used this foundation combo before, and it performs very well, don't get me wrong, but I still am oily at the end of the night. So for me to be looking kind of not even slightly oily, like I just look normal, I think. No mask marks, no glasses marks from the frames. Like, I just am so blown away. As I said, the only spot is on one of my nostrils where I was having some, pore issues earlier too. It looks like it's maybe 5% more pronounced, those pores. But overall, my God. I don't know if those other people that left those horrible reviews online just got a bad batch, or maybe I just have the rarest skin of them all. Maybe I am the specialist of snowflakes and this primer only works for me. I doubt that's the case, but clearly there's a discrepancy here. And I'm very excited to find out if it's just maybe this primer works magically with this foundation combo only, or if it continues to work for me. I'm going to test it out, as I said, multiple days here, as I do for these weekly wears. I'm going to keep my fingers crossed. I'm going to knock on all of the wood in the house that this doesn't break me out. It's going to be a little hard to tell just because I am about to get my period, and so, I get more pimples around that time of the month anyways. So hopefully I'll be able to tell the difference if this breaks me out at all. As I said, knocking on all the wood that this just doesn't break me out at all. But we shall see. We shall see together. My skin has felt light and lovely today. I'm so excited, and I'm excited to see and share those results with you all for the next couple days. So I'll see y'all with that information in just a second here. Ready? Ding! Hello everyone, good evening. End of the night here on day 3. I wish I could be as enthusiastic and happy as I was at the end of day 1. That spoils things quite a bit, huh? Well, if you care to listen about the past couple of days, let me tell you about them real quick here. So yesterday, day 2, I went ahead and used the primer on the left side of my face only so that we could actually see if it made a difference. Excuse you. My cats just love using my carpet as a scratching post. It's so cute and reassuring that I'm gonna get my deposit back once I move out of this apartment. But anyway, so left side of the face was the only side of the face that got the primer yesterday, and then on top of that I went ahead and used my L'Oreal Full Coverage Concealer with my Maybelline foundation that I recently discovered and have been enjoying. I figured since that definitely has a bit more of a dewy finish or whatever, you know, it might be worth a shot since this is supposed to be a mattifying primer. And, you know, I thought once again the primer going on felt very smoothing, felt moisturizing, all that good stuff. Also, you know, I feel like it helped my foundation and stuff go on smoother and maybe a little bit more full coverage, but I think that also might have been a placebo kind of a thing, you know? Like I only noticed it because I knew there was only primer on half my face, because honestly, my makeup looked good on both sides of my face, I thought, but maybe a smidge better and more full coverage on the primed side. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but you guys tell me. But unfortunately I was noticing throughout the day, since I was wearing my mask around, you know, I just noticed that there was quite a bit of foundation coming off on my mask, which I hadn't noticed when I was testing out this Maybelline foundation before with other primers. And it was also quite visible that it was coming off around my nose and chin, you know, where my mask probably rubs against the most. And at the end of the night, you know, the amount of fading and everything on my face did look pretty even, but that's the problem, is that there was quite a bit of fading on the side that there was the primer as well. So, you know, it might have looked a little bit better than the side without primer, but it wasn't much. So I wasn't about to give up hope there. I thought, okay, you know, maybe this really is a primer that is very foundation specific. Who knows? There are some that are like that out there. So today I went ahead and tried a different foundation and combination of foundations, and I also once again just used the primer on the left side of my face to smooth over blemishes and all that good stuff, and just so we could test it on only half of my face so we could see if there is a difference. I also once again went ahead and used my L'Oreal Full Coverage Concealer, but this time around I went ahead and used my It Cosmetics makeup foundation with a little tiny bit of the Rare Beauty foundation serum stuff mixed in just to give it a little bit more pigment. And I once again just kind of thought both sides of my face looked identical, pretty much the same. Maybe a little bit better on the primer side, but again, I wasn't sure if my brain was just tricking me because my brain knew that I had primer on that half of my face. And throughout the day here, you know, my face has felt the same on both sides, but looking in the mirror, oh my gosh, things look basically the same on both sides except for my nose. The side that I used primer on, the foundation is pretty much gone from my nostril on that side, except for in my nose pores, so that's a really cute look, but it looks pretty dang good on the not primed side. So like, that's a problem. So I don't know what kind of magic occurred on day 1 where I was so pumped about this stuff, because it did, right? Like, we all saw that. I'm not going insane. I'm not remembering things incorrectly. Like, I haven't edited the footage yet, so who knows? But I noticed things on day 1 that I haven't noticed since then. But I want to notice them because day 1 was fabulous. So let's go over pros and cons, try and sort out our feelings, even though I kind of know where I stand. Number 1 for the pros is that this does feel nice and moisturizing going on. It makes me think that it's doing a good thing for my skin, keeping it moisturized. I also do think that when I first put it on, I think it visibly smooths over my pores and kind of gives the skin a little bit of a filtered type of a look. It's not like super duper noticeable, but I would say like maybe 15%, 20% better than normal. Like, that's a pretty substantial percentage, right? I think so. I also do feel like, and like I said, maybe my brain is playing tricks on me, but I do feel like the primer helps makeup go on a bit smoother. Not a ton, but maybe like 5 to 10% more smoothly than on a not primed side of my face. I'm gonna stick to that, darn it. Galileo is gonna refute, but you know what? This is my channel. It's not your channel, G! Let me live. And then I also have to say, it's lightweight. You know, it didn't make my makeup feel any heavier than normal. Does it make it feel lighter than normal? No, but it doesn't weigh it down. So that's cool. Unfortunately, that's where we get into the cons. The first con being that I'm pretty sure either A, I just came up with the most magical foundation combination on day one, and so that was gonna work whether I had primer on or not, or B, which I'm gonna stick to just for the sake of this review, I'm gonna say that this primer is foundation specific in terms of whether it's gonna help your foundation or not, because 1 out of 3 times, it did help that one stay on better. I think. Hard to know because I didn't do a half and half on each side of my face, but the 2 times that I did do the half and the half, I actually think it either was the same and or worse on the side with the primer. So, which leads me into the second con, which is that this can actually make some makeup look worse. Case in point, pores in point, and also the fact that this is supposed to be a mattifying primer, which I did notice on day one. I talked about that, right? I showed that on video, right? I'm hoping the camera picked up on that, right? I really did feel like my skin looked mattified with the primer on, but I didn't notice that on the other 2 days, the other 2 subsequent days. So like, the mind is just out of control, but I really don't think that overall this helps to mattify my makeup. Case in point, because 2 out of 3 times it didn't. So I'm gonna sleep on it, I guess. I still want this to work because it feels good going on, and I had such good success that first day. So I'm still gonna try this out with a couple other foundations. I will report back to y'all at the end of the month in my best and worst of beauty, as I always do, but I'm trepidatious because I wanna love this. Because I thought I loved this, but I'm kind of sort of continuing to prove myself wrong, and this saddens me. I thought I was the specialist snowflake of them all. Well, turns out all snowflakes are special, because no 2 are the same. So please, let me know if you fall into a snowflake category. AKA, have you tried out this primer or either of the other 2 primers that fall in this line of 3 primers? How did you feel about them? What kind of skin do you have? Please tell me these things. Help me to understand my feelings. I mean, obviously, I would mostly like to hear about your specific encounter with this mattifying one, since that'll be a bit more comparable for me since I haven't tried the other 2, but regardless, I would like to hear your opinion on the other 2 as well if you have tried them out. It is always wonderful to cook up a nice casserole of comments with you all down in the comment section below. You can also let me know if there are any products you are just dying to get my hands on to review for y'all in a future weekly wear. I do love hearing your recommendations and or just your hopes and dreams on things, you know? I love hearing from you guys, I really do. Can you tell? Just talk to me in the comments below. As Drew Monson used to say, I'm very lonely. So ready for 2020 to be over so that we can, I mean, like at the turn of the new year, all of a sudden, we can be out of our houses again and living freely again. Magically, America's gonna get its ish under control. A girl can dream, right? So, anyways, y'all are great. Let me know the things. Also let me know the things by giving this video a thumbs up down below if you found it helpful and or entertaining. I'm already screwing myself up. So please encourage me to keep making videos by giving me a thumbs up down below. I would really appreciate it. And if you're new here, hey, hi, hello, how are you? You can go ahead and subscribe. You can tippity tap that notification bell down below and become a member of my casserole family here on my channel if you want to continue seeing me making these types of videos. And yeah, I've quite thoroughly messed up my spiel. I know some of y'all say you say it along with me, so I'm sorry I've made this a horrible time for all of us, but Better days ahead. It can't get too much worse than this. I just hope you all are doing well, and until next time, stay well until then. Bye!
Bye guys! My name is Fig, and I make everything better because I'm so fluffy!
And by better, I mean he makes everything hairier. Comment below if you could see all of his fluff all over my black shirt in the comments down below. I love hearing that from you all. I don't know why I'm in such a mood tonight. I think yay for my brain finally having a proper chemical balance once again. It really is a wonderful thing. So hey, also a reminder to all, if you are on medication, don't forget, take them if you have them. Drink some water, it's good for you.
Bye.
Hip hop.